broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey, After Buzzers. I'm sorry. Did I just blow everyone's ears out? I'm sorry.
My ear's dead.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another AfterBuzz after show of Sense8 here on, again, AfterBuzz TV. We're talking episode 10, What is Human? I am your host, Alexis Torres. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. I am obviously not alone. I am here with the awesome, fantastic, handsome, over-the-top, beautiful
Cameron Lewis. I am the only Cam Chef, Twitter and Instagram. I'm sorry I stole it from you, Nicholas.
Wow, I was gonna do the same to you. And Nicholas, who am I? At Nicholas Grava, Twitter, Instagram. That's what I'm boiled down to.
Guys, we apologize ahead of time because obviously we are all over the place because this episode was epic and also really disturbing at the very end. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch episode 10, What is Human Sensate.
Yeah, right. The ending was utterly macabre.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did have to fast forward a little bit because I'm a very squeamish person.
Oh, really?
So I was like,
oh.
And it was just real gross.
I was actually wondering that because by the end I was like fine, and then towards like the last 30 seconds of everything that we were seeing was when I started to be like, okay, this is starting to get a little bit too much for me.
Woo!
Yeah, it was
okay. Sorry.
For the next half hour, that's all you're here.
I'm sorry, iTunes listeners. Speaking of iTunes, please don't forget to go to iTunes. Go find us at AfterBuzzTV.com. Rate us 5 stars, 4 stars, whatever. All those great things. We really appreciate it. I'm going to be looking for the reviews if there is anything new as where the episode is going. I am also checking out the chat. Nicholas is also checking out the chat because there are times where I do not look because I am busy trying to.
Because you into it.
I'm checking out the chat because Pamela says like Nick is such a cutie, so that's why I'm checking out the
What
chat.
the hell, Pamela?
Oh, but then someone said, "Yay, Cameron's back." So
that's Mr.
Right.
Oh my word.
It's like me.
That's my favorite person.
And thanks, Garrett, for saying hi to everybody. You know, putting everybody in there.
Yes, Garrett also said hello to everybody.
That's a good thing.
So let's jump into this because we don't have a lot of time. So
hit it.
We have a lot. Wolfie is what I want to talk about first because there's a lot of scenes with Wolfie where I'm just like, you are my favorite. Like, this is happening. You're awesome. I mean, mostly you're naked for a majority of the season, but you're still my favorite.
I legitimately was watching at home tonight, and I think I might have startled my neighbor during some of the Wolfie stuff because I'm watching, and I got so excited because something very pleasant happened from a viewer's perspective.
Definitely. From a viewer's perspective.
Yeah, from a viewer's perspective, certainly. And I screamed in happiness, and I think it freaked my neighbor out. But it was such a... We'll get to that in a second, but I can't wait to talk about that part with Wolfie.
Same here.
But yeah, so obviously we start off, if I can bring my notes up here, that he's in the hospital. And, well, one, I want to definitely talk about our opening scene where our Sense8 are kind of bobbing and weaving through this, I don't really know, some sort of structure thing. Yeah. I don't really know. If you guys know what it is, I would like for someone to put
think
it in
at some
chat,
point they mentioned Holocaust exhibit.
There was a quote on there.
Is the Holocaust an aberration or reflection of ourselves? That's what the quote was translated to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just liked the interaction between everybody about you. At first I was like, okay, so he's walking, probably taking a walk. He's really stressful. Okay, that looked like Will. Wait, is that Cap? Wait, okay, what's happening? I had to like rewind and watch it over because I was like, oh, okay, it's our Sense8. Okay, cool. I was really confused. But he's... So obviously we know it's Independence Day, so we know what day it is, which is kind of nice because I feel like time passes so weirdly.
Yeah, I actually wonder how long it's been since they've since the first episode. What is the amount of time?
Yeah. Yeah,
I guess. What would you
7
say?
years.
Yeah, I was thinking
Sure.
8 to 10 for sure.
Yeah, no, I
maybe
actually
a decade.
thought about that.
I'm gonna say a decade.
I actually thought about that same thing, Alexis, because the one thing this show doesn't do is like a recap at the beginning, like previously on Sense8.
Yeah.
And they just like start wherever the hell they want to start, and then assume that we're gonna catch up.
They can do that.
It's great. I love it because it assumes that the viewer is not stupid.
That is,
you know what I
definitely
mean?
Something that I've always loved about the W siblings, as I like to call them. They never take the audience as like, okay, we're gonna really dumb it down for you if you don't know what's going on. Like they're like
smart
they're like, this is happening. You guys are smart. Get with it.
Yeah. Right.
Figure it out. Do that. But we have obviously Steiner is what I'm going to say is his name correctly.
The cousin, Will's cousin? Or Wolf's cousin?
Wolfie's cousin. He shows up, and of course he's a giant douche tool, and I hate him. And he's here to get his diamonds back. He made that very clear, guys, that it's his diamonds, not the
The only thing I want to ask about this is are diamonds still a thing? Is this something that people like still steal as currency? And by the way, could they be less impressive diamonds? They're like
very underwhelming.
I mean, I hear you on that.
Who
it's just
stole my diamond?
I just think it's funny because I mean
So
the way
true.
that they were kept to in the ice trays and stuff. I was like, ooh,
That was so clever.
Will. I mean, I was really afraid because it was like, I'm glad it was in their apartment, because what if it was like at the jewelry store, wherever they work at? Someone's like, oh, I'm just gonna put some ice in my water.
Dude, I would do that in my own apartment. I would just forget, and I'd be like, I'm gonna go for some Kool-Aid, and then just be like,
Who put chocolate chips in my Kool-Aid?
Think about diamonds, though. They might come out. So
I mean, they probably
Could
would.
strain them out somehow.
But you would
So
forget.
gross.
You would totally forget, though.
so gross.
I'm gonna say it
you-
straight up. You would forget that they
you
were in
would.
there.
I would forget.
I would
And
totally
you would flush
forget.
it down, and there goes diamonds.
100%.
Goodbye.
Literally flushing your money down the toilet.
Oh man, yes you are. Wait, I have a question. Did you guys think right then and there we were losing Felix? Do you think he was
Nope.
going to be? I did when he
Nope.
sat
What-
on.
You
Oh,
just
yeah.
want Felix
Yeah, yeah.
to die so
What is he
freaking.
doing?
See, I agree.
What is he doing?
I agree. I thought Felix was a cat, not this guy who's sitting there and just. I thought he was
my
going to go up and pull the
word.
plug.
That's what I thought. He was going
I
to squeeze the
mean,
bag and do something.
Squeeze the back.
Deep
He's
bag
going to
of
go
IV.
squeeze the back.
Extra fluid.
There it is.
I can't right now.
Probably hiding diamonds in the bag.
So
More importantly, Cam, did you get a new haircut? Someone wants to know. Garrett
I did.
wants to know.
Thank
it looks
you.
like you got a haircut, but I don't want to
Thank
be
you.
rude and be like, did you do something with your hair?
Thank you.
They just asked if you did.
Garrett.
They're not really saying if they like it or not yet, so maybe it's just we're waiting for a.
That's valid.
So I don't know. I thought he would, but I'm happy he didn't kill Felix, so he can live for another episode or lay there for another episode.
Yeah.
Other than that, we will see how it pans out when he wants his diamonds for his life.
I mean, I don't like
You're
him.
stressing out about Felix. I can feel it. I can feel it.
I just feel like since I was gonna save this for news and gossip, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay.
But yeah, Felix is kind of up in the air for me, as his life is obviously hanging in the balance of the writers. So, before we get more into Steiner and the cousins and everything like that, even though again he's a giant douche tool.
Yeah.
We get a little glimpse of Son that I want to throw out there now because it was very small.
Yeah.
Son, lawyer, the father's lawyer, company lawyer, whatever, shows up and has all the paperwork ready to go, and she can get out in a week.
And she signs it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what my question was. Did you guys think she was going to sign it or not?
I did think she was going to sign it.
I didn't think she was.
You didn't?
No.
I was in the middle. I didn't know which way I wanted to go, and I was like, this is a good question to ask.
I just think that at this point, from after she's like acted out in what her mother has told her to do, and she sort of tried to live down that path, it didn't work. It's not. I think she realized that this is not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I think that's why she's now ready. In the beginning, I would have never thought that. I would have thought, yeah, of course she's going to cover for her family.
True.
No go. See you later. Get
right.
out of jail. How about
Get
the
out of
advice
jail.
the lawyer says? If her brother is anywhere around, he should leave. Basically.
What I thought whenever he said that, I thought maybe she's going to use the phone call to be like, yo, get out of town.
Oh.
And then I'm going to sign this paper. Meet me with the diamonds. We will do this thing.
Does he not? The brother knows, or no? Do we think he doesn't know that his dad is gonna?
I don't think he
Throw him
knows.
in.
No, I don't think so.
I have no idea.
It
kind of doesn't. I mean, I feel like he's probably going to be caught off guard, but at the same time, I feel like it's better that way.
Yeah.
Than letting him know, because then he has a chance to either get out or do something stupid, like I predicted last week.
Good point.
So she signs it, and that's really all we get from her, besides her being in and out of the episode. But I am glad that she's getting out. That's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But again, back to the cousin. He demands for his diamonds back, and we found out that Wolfie froze the diamonds, which was again really freaking cool.
Wolfie Froze the Diamonds sounds like a great band.
Wolfie froze the diamonds, guys. Take it. I still like my band name, which is Free Beer. I just think it would make people angry, but I think it'd be really funny because people will come to my shows.
Free beer tonight.
Yeah, free beer tonight at whatever bar.
Come see Free Beer. Ooh.
Just saying. But I really want to talk about just all of Wolfie, because his scenes were just perfect. Oh, yeah. So obviously he's looking all kinds of badass in his car, driving up to the meat spot to give away these diamonds and the drop off, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. And I didn't know he had a plan when going into this.
Okay, so I saw him get his gun, and I'm saying, all right, I know he's going to be pat down, so what is he doing with the gun? And then when the cousin said pat him down again, he's really smart, I'm like, oh shit, they're going to find the gun.
I thought it was in the glove compartment, but when they opened it, it was just the diamonds. And I was like, where is he putting this gun right now? I thought maybe it was going to be like in his ankle, because I don't think he checked his ankles.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I didn't see that, so I was like,
Or I was like, did he replace the diamonds for fake diamonds? Because I saw him bring them over to his workbench.
Or like he somehow fashioned a bunch of the diamonds into a knife, and he was gonna pull it out.
That would be
very strong.
I know it sounds
that would be freaking awesome. But I'm not gonna lie though.
Well, I mean, this show.
I'd be okay with it. Come on.
That's what I love about the show, by the way. It's like we've talked about this before. We're arguing
several
like
times.
the reality of the situation. Like nobody would ever do that with their diamonds. It's like, really? Because he was just in Madagascar in his mind 2 seconds ago.
Oh my world!
But I don't think I would have had this foresight that he did in terms of hiding the gun under the car. And
I mean, that's the one thing I will agree with this cousin, is that he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
He kept saying over and over, "Oh, Wolfie, the smart guy." And I was like, you know what?
He is.
You douche tool. He is freaking smart. Yeah. Okay.
He really wanted to know how he cracked that safe.
But I think it was so funny that he couldn't even take the fact that the actual truth of him just cracking it normally.
I know.
Was that to the point where he was beating him up about it, and I was like, all right, someone's exemtrely butthurt that they didn't crack the safe like in the movies.
Yeah, like why is that so ridiculous? Yeah.
Oh,
you listened to it? Oh, is that what you did?
With your stethoscope. I'm
cute.
like, get over yourself.
Was the stethoscope made by Fisher Price? Is that the one you were using? Oh, how precious. Oh my God. Idiot, you broke it.
Oh my God.
Tell me.
So mad at him. I was just like, you are a piece of... Okay. Anywho,
he got his.
No,
he absolutely.
In a major way.
This is where Nicholas was watching me watch this episode too, because he was you missed out. Sorry. I got here early so I can have some peace and quiet.
See you later, Cameron's gonna be the Alexis Nick show.
I don't know where I was going with that. I had something to say and I just brain farted. Anyway.
I watched your reaction when he pulled out the gun. Well, we're jumping.
Okay. Well, before we get to that. Yeah. So obviously he's on the floor. He's trying to think of what he's going to do next, and then we see a very depressed and all over the place Leto. In a hot tub that's empty, which I was like, oh, that's depressing. And
he slept in overnight or something, right?
Something. I'm like, man, you must be loving that balcony. And then all of a sudden, I was literally telling Nicholas, I was watching the shot of them panning over to Wolfie's face, and then all of a sudden it started to pan up, and I was like, who's that guy with flip-flops in the back? Why does he have no pants on? Oh my God, it's Leto.
It's Leto.
What are you doing back there? And I love it because he's just sitting there
chilling.
I would have been fine if he was just standing there trying to figure out how he's gonna help, but I didn't know that he was thinking. He was just standing there looking cool, and I'm like, you have no pants on, go put some pants on.
He doesn't seem fazed by just
hanging out,
free balling in the underwear.
I was like,
yeah,
but I love it because it was just one flip flop and one sock.
Shout out to the dude.
I
don't know who it was.
The person who tweeted us the picture of the flip flop. Thanks.
Yes,
I was dying.
Yes,
we appreciate it. I wish I had the username up, but you know who you are, and I love everything.
And
about
we love
that.
you,
and we appreciate you.
Sorry, I was reading. This got real deep.
So Leto helps him walk through the beats of how to do this. He's like, I lie really well.
But I love their conversation of just like, you were so close. And he's like, I just needed a little bit more space. And that would have been fun. I was like, oh my God, we're actually having a conversation right now.
Can they stop time? Or were they was the time...
They were just in their heads at the moment. So time was slowing down to them because they were literally, like when like you think that when you're thinking to yourself that like nothing's happening outside because you're just so into your own thoughts that you're like not aware of time moving. That's what that is.
And you slow down time.
Sure,
I know exactly what that's like.
Happens.
As you were saying that, I was like, what? And you were like,
that is so unattractive of me. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry you had to witness that. But yeah, and I love how he's like, do you mind? Can I?
Yeah, he took over. I love that.
And I was just like, okay. And if you haven't, you should go check out the Sense8 Twitter. They actually have a behind the scenes of a few scenes of that, and they definitely showed this scene where they were. It's not just editing. They actually have to insert themselves in those spots. I was gonna show it today, but I thought, just in case if we get pulled down for it. That I will just retweet it to you guys later. But yeah, it was really cool how you saw Wolfie on the ground, and then they're like, cut, and then the actor who plays Leto jumped in and they said, and action, and they continued the scene.
It's awesome.
That's why it's so flawless, and that's what we've always been talking about. So really smart and a lot of work.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
Forget stuff like that though. I'd be like, Wolfie did a fight scene, whatever. Oh, we were supposed to put Leto in the background with one flip-flop.
That crew is just on top of it.
It's amazing.
I would love to see how the script breaks it down too, and how they shooting.
Yeah, especially with per location too. They have to remember their lines for that.
And they're shooting this whole thing. I was watching it. I didn't notice it when I was watching it myself, but the second time I was watching you watch it, it's also stunningly shot. And it's on like the sun is setting right as they're filming it. So it's like, first of all, they're on a 1 hour limit just to do that, or else they're doing it over multiple days. It's unbelievable, really, what they do with the filming.
No, and that's what I love about these directors. They're just on top of everything. Their crew is fantastic. They just know how to move their actors to where they need to be and be directed to the right stuff.
Yeah.
Kudos on you, guns, all that good stuff. Sorry, I had to do it. But yeah, so obviously Leto jumps in and he brings up that Felix apparently did some very
Leo,
I was waiting for the Cameron sound effect. Yes, apparently he was doing the deed,
doing the nasty,
giving a few BJs to get to what he needed, and which was the diamonds, which was very smart because I was like, how are you supposed to lie your way out of that? To go,
the cousin totally bought it,
But that's how it shows how much of a pea brain he is. That he's like, oh, okay, so you wanted to suck some, so that
he turns around and he's like asking his crew.
I'm sorry, guys. The action and everything about this episode was great. This one part had me rolling. You can ask Nicholas. He was a witness. I was dying, and he was just like, would you suck some?
Yeah, and the one guy was like, well, yeah.
No, I love it. What? Literally his face. Yeah, sure. Like, lips out and everything. I was just like...
Guy thought everyone was going to say yes. He thought he was going to have everyone be like, well, yeah, of course, we're done. Not
for a bag of small diamonds that have a precarious value? Absolutely.
Cameron, important
very important question.
Would you? For some diamonds? Those diamonds right there. You have to tell.
For those diamonds?
What do we
fans want to know?
What's the value on those diamonds, would we guess?
Millions.
That's it.
Really?
Oh, millions?
Yes!
I didn't think it was millions.
Come on, Alexis.
They're killing people for these freaking diamonds and apparently sucking some for it, so it's expensive.
Hypothetically.
Do you think it was going to be like $10? How much are we talking? $12.75? I'll do it. I'll do it.
Cameron.
Sorry, my bar is $13.
Cameron, you didn't answer my question.
That's because I was avoiding it.
In a clever way, with a lot of jokes.
For millions? Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Oh, wait. Okay. For millions, sure.
Nicholas?
If we're talking millions. That is life-changing.
Yeah.
That's I would give it a high consideration.
You'd have a hard consultation about it. They have a meeting, and then another meeting, and then a witness, and then a meeting place. Oh, it would just be a nightmare.
I wouldn't want a witness or any kind of meeting.
You have to have a witness!
See, I don't want to have the meeting.
Pictures or you didn't do it, obviously.
The last thing I need is bringing like 12 of my best friends and going, listen, this is the situation I'm in.
You guys all get a cut. if you guys watch. Sorry, guys. This
is turning into episode 6, the orgy scene, or whatever episode it was.
Everybody, this is going to be the last Sense8 show, because we are fired. No.
So obviously that was a very awkward part, but it made me laugh so hard.
Funny.
And I had to ask the hard-hitting questions. No pun intended.
That's why we keep it.
So obviously Leto has enough, or Leto Wolfie has enough to sit there and you should look at the chat. Enough to sit there and grab the gun from underneath the car and actually shoot some people down, and all of a sudden, out of frickin' nowhere, as he's hiding behind the car and doing that whole shenanigans, he opens his trunk, and Nicholas even said, he's like, holy crap, Alexis, you need to keep watching, and I was like, okay, and when he flips open the trunk, and there's a giant rocket launcher in there, I was like, I'm sorry, who's he gonna use that on?
I'm sorry, first of all, who's he using it? Where'd he get it?
Costco.
They sell them.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be like, we're in Germany, right? Germany, Russia. I don't know. Europe.
Yeah, whenever that happened,
launchers, Walmart.
Probably. I don't know. I've never been anywhere. But
you guys in the chat are making me laugh so hard.
Oh my god, the chat is off the. Oh my god.
I can't.
You guys.
But yes.
Did they actually blow up the car for shooting? That
I think so.
Real
I think so.
explosion.
I think so.
Especially because I think so. I'm pretty sure they did. But that was the part
I'm
where I
gonna need more water
freaked
after
out
this
in the
episode.
best way.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and that's when I said, like, it scared my neighbors because
No,
he
I
opens the thing, and I'm like, what? A bazooka? And that's when time slowed down for me.
No, like for real. You can ask Nicholas. I was sitting there and just be like, oh, what the fudge sickles?
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
Yeah. Even his cousin in the car was like, what the?
No, he literally yelled. It reminded me of when Nicolas Cage walks through this bar. I can't remember which movie it is, and he's just like, "Fuck!" And, like, that was exactly what it reminded me of. It was so great. I don't know what movie that is, but it makes me
What
laugh.
does Wolfgang's shopping list look like? Ice trays,
So messed
gun,
up.
duct tape, bazooka, Jolly Ranchers for after.
Don't forget to get movies.
Jolly Ranchers for enjoyment.
Conan the Barbarian.
Oh yeah, for him and Cap
Felix.
to watch. Oh, for Felix. Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
Oh man, we have to get through the rest of this.
Yeah.
Costco. Garrett, you're on point. That's where they get it at Costco. Okay, so that was only just one whole scene. Let's move on to the next. So obviously we can go on to Leto now, because technically he was at the tail end of that. And Leto finally gets the courage from Wolfie, which I can't remember what he said specifically, enough to get him to be like, yeah, I need to move on. If you guys know it, write it in the chat. But so he gets up.
Sometimes you make a mistake. You have two choices: live with it or fix it. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Nicholas is on point.
Yeah.
But no, like, so he sits there and he gets up from his drained hot tub and finally puts some pants on and two shoes. Two shoes.
Two whole shoes. Yeah.
One on each foot. Goes to the bar that he was at before and has 6 freaking shots of tequila.
What?
When he was like, tequila squared, 2 tequilas.
When I say 2 tequilas, I want you to double it.
Like
tequila squared.
And it's like, isn't that cubed? I don't know. But either way.
I was dying. I was sitting there going, wait. I can't math. Okay, wait. 2, 4, 6?
That's a lot of shots
6?
in
And they're
4
not
seconds.
like tiny little, like you get from like Party City, like little
They're
tiny
not
plastic.
like when I'm
They're
trying to
glass,
fake it,
big, thick. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, I can't. Nicholas said something really funny when we were watching it. It's like, I can't take a sip. I can't even take a whiff. Like a whiff and I'm done.
I'm a lightweight. What am I gonna say? 6? You'll have to resuscitate me. I think. Honestly,
I can't look
I think
at
you
it.
would die.
You're on my ass.
You would.
But
No.
I gave him the oomph to do what he had to do.
But I didn't. Did anybody think that he was going to sit there? Because when he grabbed his shirt, I thought he was just going to yell at him.
I thought he was going to apologize.
He did.
Like this?
But not like that.
Oh, I thought, okay.
He did apologize, and he got a kiss and 6 shots of tequila for free.
But it was a stolen
That's
kiss.
why he kissed him.
Well, because
Forgot the wallet in the car.
That's how we do it here in LA. We just make out with bartenders. That's the only way we get our alcohol. How do you think
What
I
a
got
day for
mine?
Leto, though. He starts off and Leto starts off like
that's
half
water in there.
naked in a tub, goes via mind
half naked
control
with
to
Tubby.
help Wolfgang out. Then he's like, hey, I'm going to go down to the bar, get a couple 6 shots of tequila, make out with the bartender, then go punch this guy in the face, win the girl back, and then go win the guy back.
Which he did.
What a day.
That's literally exactly what happened. And did anybody think that he was actually going to do well?
No.
Without the help of any of the sensates?
I was waiting for Sun to come
I was waiting for Sun too, yeah.
And I'm like, where are you, Son?
I was
like, what's he supposed to say? Help me? I don't know what the words are.
It's help me. It's always been help me.
I'm waiting for like one of the wrong sensates to come. Like Kala shows up and she's like,
I don't know.
Run. There needs to be a short section, like a short film section of like when they're like thinking, or a parody of like, okay, I need help, and then it's Cap just like sitting there like showering or something. It's just like, what are you doing? I'm showering. I can't help you right now. I'm butt naked.
Funny. Yeah.
Oh man.
Butt ass naked.
Good job though, Lito. I was happy to see that happen.
Me too.
That guy could throw a punch, but Lito had the last one with Wolfgang.
He did.
Uppercut.
With Wolfgang's help, it was scary, especially when he punched him and nothing phased him. I was like,
yeah, he's like, oh, you call that punch? Oh yeah.
When Wolfgang pulled Lito aside and he was like, fighting's easy. Fighting's what I do. Because
I was like,
Lito said lying's easy. I was like, come on, the writing is on.
Oh yeah.
No, it's fantastic. Now that, you know, Lito finally was able to get back, the one thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that he didn't go after Hernando immediately. He knows where he's staying, like, apparently, because he found him. And why didn't he do this earlier instead of leaving so many voice messages?
He
didn't know how to get him back.
Yeah.
Okay.
He knew he wanted him back, but he didn't know what he had to do.
But I would agree with you. If you're desperate enough to call 50 million times, fall asleep in your hot tub with one sandal, it's like, you ain't gonna take a drive and go
find out where he's at. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it wasn't like like I wanted it to happen that badly, but I thought about it and I was like, he could have done this earlier.
Yeah.
Technically. I mean, even if it was just to be like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
I want you back. Also, I'm gonna go get Danny back. You keep an eye out on me because if I die, I die. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I meant. Again, this negative Nancy over here. It's just, it happens. Yeah. So definitely want to talk about Will and Jonas for a little bit because we definitely got a lot of that. Jonas did technically admit that he's working with.
He said no. I think he said they could track him through, but I think I didn't take it as like an admission that he was working with the Whispers or the BPO as much as what
that's
Riley
what I wanted.
is
That's
saying.
what I wanted to ask.
Did you take it as that? I didn't. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Because even after him and Riley had the conversation, he was still like, we just need to both protect ourselves.
Okay.
But I do love the quote that he did, the "What is human" quote, and it's "What is human? An ability to reason, to imagine, to love or grieve. If so, we are more human than any human will ever be." And I was like, yeah.
All right.
So good. And I like the whole idea of like that, and then to further that point when he was talking about his like idea that sensates were the first kind of human. And that everybody could feel, and like the way that it ended up changing into why killing is so easy because nobody feels it anymore. Like that was really interesting.
That was actually a really
What's
good
happening
point.
over there, Alexis? Do we have funny comments?
I'm reading because I agree with Pamela. No, Pretty Duchess. When Joaquin picked up Lito and tossed him behind the bushes, I almost pissed my pants. I was on the same boat because it was so.
Flowers and stuff.
That's when I almost pissed my pants.
Oh, you're gonna start selling flowers? Huh? You're gonna start selling flowers? It was a very pivotal moment for me for Lito, but at the same time was extremely comical.
Yeah.
Oh, very comical.
So I'm just saying, I really think that Lito, even though he went through a very hard time, he is my comical character. He's my comedic relief.
I think he's kind of served that purpose for us for a while now.
Yeah, I agree.
But he's comedic, but at the same time very heartfelt, which is nice.
Yes, no, I love everything about him. I'm just saying that everything he usually does, again, him throwing freaking pottery, flour, whatever, like, it was just ridiculous to me.
There's something so, like, puppy dog about him, too, whenever he's, like, upset, and then his accent with that.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
Oh, my God, it's so fun.
Fantastic.
Good job.
But, obviously, he says the greatest line ever, that he's like, I love my career, but you are more important than my career is. I mean, I don't know if I'm quoting that specifically, but that's exactly what he meant. And I loved that they had that happy moment of she snapped another freaking picture.
Oh my gosh.
God. Oh!
Why? He
Danny,
said that I could.
Yeah.
Stop.
What?
Stop that shit. Stop it right now. This is how you got into this mess in the first place. And also, I am a little worried that Joaquin's going to come back and it's going to be hell to pay. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know if it's going to be anything bad, but I feel like it could come back.
I always wonder that, like, in real life, like, I'm not one to get in fights, but even after a fight, don't other people still come back at some point?
Yep.
Like, it's not like he's just going to be like, oh, got my ass kicked, whatever. No. Yeah. He's going to have some kind of a vengeance out for him.
Yeah.
Never feels safe.
It's rough.
Not the face.
I felt so bad because I'm like,
that's
fight.
Yeah, the face is gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, technically, if you're fighting a guy who's not like super honorable, but knows like, oh, you're an actor, I'm not gonna hit you in the face, sure, whatever. Because you can actually do more damage here than anywhere else than their face. The face
from punching.
Yeah.
Like for the podcast listeners, on the torso.
Yes, I'm sorry. For torso, chest, anything in that lung, rib area, like if you hit someone hard enough in the ribs, you can puncture a lung. That's
terrifying.
It's true though. I mean,
I'm kind of scared of Alexis now.
That almost happened to me in a tournament. Like, I actually have a rib. If I sneeze, it just pops out straight up. Sorry.
Make sure no pollen or cat hair gets in here because we don't want you.
Hey, man, the bad things, I have allergies, too. It sucks.
Imagine that every time you sneeze, you have to worry.
No, not every time, but if it's hard enough, it's the worst. Anyway, if you just see me just, like, writhing in pain, it's because of that.
Oh, my God. What?
Yay. I'm trying to figure out if Jonas is actually trying to help Will, or he's actually up to no good.
I believe
and working.
Riley's advice that she got from that girl.
Ursa?
I think he's bad
sketchy.
news.
Yeah.
I think he's purposefully made to look sketchy, but I think he has good intents because, in my opinion, it's like who else is going to do the hand holding?
True. It's almost like Dancing with the Devil. It's like he needed that. Like, in order for them to develop where they are, they did need him, but I do think he could pose a threat. Although I see what you're saying is he was more a threat in the beginning, and then he turned into good guy. They didn't bring him back to bad guy.
Right.
I don't know.
Though. I could see it your way too.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to be maybe looked as a bad guy, maybe do something that a bad guy would usually do, but then at the very end, because he's connected so much with Will, that I think if Will's in danger, Jonas will get in the way and save him, and that'll be his good act, and then he'll die or something weird like that.
Yeah.
Or I have fulfilled my purpose, Mufasa, like something weird like that.
What was that again?
Mufasa. I was thinking like Lion King, Mufasa in the clouds.
You get that? Writing it down?
Anyway, so I do like the fact that he does bring up the fact that when Will was like, oh, but so are we not humans? What are we? Yeah. But I love how he's like, what is human? And I was like, oh, roll credits.
That was interesting.
But yeah, I just like the fact of that notion of humans. When humans see something that is different to them, they automatically assume that it's wrong. So I like that whole thing that they've been here through the tests of time, and they've always looked at as like these terrible things. But we don't really know that, because what if these guys were actually evil and were doing stuff that was not so good?
That's very true too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm rooting that. I'm hoping that Jonas is going to turn around at one point and maybe save a sensate. I don't know.
I would like that. That'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
I like that we found out why Angelica killed herself.
Yeah.
We did find that out.
Because she looked into the Whisper's eyes, right?
I think she was, yeah.
She looked into that, means she was going to be a channel, basically, for them to use, so she killed herself so that she couldn't be used for that.
That was crazy. I'm trying to get through all...
It's so hard.
Sorry, I have
sometime. I think we need a map.
We need a lot
going on right now, even with... Because then we jump to, like, Cap and Kala,
Yes,
too.
This is what I wanted to bring up, was the fact that they were watching...
I forget
the movie, but
I forget the actual
Van
movie.
Damme.
It's a Van Damme movie.
Yeah.
It's one of his first. I feel like it's like Thunderbird or something weird like that. I could be
yeah.
wrong. But the fact that I like the quote of, she went into this apartment in India and they didn't have beds, but they had a giant TV.
Yes.
And in my brain... but it's funny because it's so relevant, because I have been to friends' apartments where they sleep on a very dingy mattress, but they have a giant TV, PS4 or an Xbox One or whatever, and they have all these in a computer and things like that. But I didn't think about it until now, as a person who does play video games very religiously, that I would rather not eat for a week and play video games for the week, because it's my escape.
Right.
I loved that.
I think that's
in the way that they quantified that in the line that he said, which was... The mattress, you use the mattress because she asked, I've been in houses where they don't have mattresses. Says, like, you have it
the
there.
The bed keeps you in a slum, but the TV gets you out.
Yes. It's like, wow.
It's true.
So honest, so true.
I get it.
Yeah. But I think for right now, because a lot of people don't really watch cable anymore, I think the computer screen or a monitor, Netflix, I think streaming is such a thing that we all do in our phones, is something that we would rather make sure our phone bill was paid because of the fact we need the internet and whatever, instead of, I guess I'll eat tomorrow.
Oh yeah, Wi-Fi bill is priority. That's
I know people who spend so much money on their Wi-Fi bills and their internet and everything like that so that they can keep that up because they cannot be disconnected, which is not a bad thing, guys. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
You couldn't watch us if you didn't have that.
Which
and then what is your life? Like nothing. You need
I agree. Speaking of dealing with the internet and things like that, go to iTunes, go search AFTERBUZZ TV, find all the podcasts or any other TV show that you're watching, especially us because we love it. Go to...
I have a review from iTunes, actually.
Oh, I have one up as well if you would like to read it. I
prefer the same one you're about to read.
Yeah. Is it now a good time to read this?
Yes. Guys, don't forget to, again, rate us, give us 4 stars, whatever stars that we need. Put a comment down below. Make sure you let us know how we're doing, things like that. We just want to know so we can improve, or just tell us that you love us. I like that too.
Absolutely. So this one's from Talon530. It says ABTV's Sense8 After Show is a big, big hit. Woohoo! Alexis, Cam, and Nick all have wonderful chemistry and a real passion that comes through on their reviews. Now that Netflix has finally gotten around to Blue, I look forward to keeping this band together for years to come. 8 out of 5 stars.
Hey!
Smiley face. P.S. Cam is especially good.
That's not there. I'm reading it.
But Nick Doe. Okay.
But Nick Doe. There it is.
It's really nice.
P.S. JK. We all know Alexis is the best.
Thank you, Talon530. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
That was really wonderful. Yeah. Again, guys, don't forget to go to iTunes. Every time you guys put a customer review or any type of review or rating, we will read it out every single time. Unless there's nothing new, then I won't read it. But we really appreciate it. But let's start getting into the last few tidbits, which is obviously the last scene that we're just going to squish everything together because I'll save it for predictions. Riley,
Keyword
obviously
being squish.
Well, yes. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. It took me a minute. So Riley goes to go see her dad in concert. This is another thing that we talked about with Nicholas and I, about the fact of giving her dad and her dad's buddies in the orchestra ecstasy.
I understand I am not, I can't understand every part of every culture, but that seems crazy to me. Insane to me.
I for sure thought that was going to affect the performance.
Me too.
I was so scared. I was like, is there going to have a heart attack?
Imagining playing.
Yeah, it's like,
crazy.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I thought don't do it. I thought that maybe that's what I even asked Nicholas at this one point, that I was sitting there going, oh my gosh, is he gonna have a heart attack because he just had pot and ecstasy again?
Oh yeah, no,
I don't know anything about drugs. I can't have marijuana because I'm actually allergic and I'll die. So I was actually confused because I was like, oh man, is mixing that really a good idea?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good idea, but I guess, what do I know? But I'm glad that they seemed like they were having a great time. Riley looked like she was having a good time. Who was the guy sitting next to her? I'm having a hard time with that. Guys, help me.
It's the dude who knows her.
The dude that came home and was like,
I still don't understand who that guy is.
I'm so confused. So is it just a friend? Is this
neighbor?
I'm sketched out by him.
Yeah.
I think there's trouble in Iceland or...
How many times are we going to be told this? And I'm like, what's going to happen?
I think it's him. I think it's him.
Or is it what happened?
We do have to talk about the Riley-Will kiss, which I'm so sad they didn't show him just randomly making out with the air again. That would have been perfect, but it's fine.
But I guess that's irrelevant at this point.
I'm just glad that they're together.
They are.
It's official.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Me too.
A little bit jealous, but happy about that.
Not as happy as the Kala Wolf. Still waiting for that.
Did anybody? Okay, this was my question.
What?
Did anybody think Kala and Cap were kind of feeling each other?
No, I thought it was
just a friend thing, right?
I got friends. The poor guy got friend zoned real quick.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wolfie there had that, but I feel bad.
Was there a girl?
Yeah.
That friend zoned you?
Are
you serious?
How about
you? Whoa.
Yes.
Do you see these faces?
Dude.
These faces. You two have been friend zoned before.
Oh my gosh.
Are you? What kind of question?
Ladies.
Every day of our lives.
Yes. Ladies, what up?
I know.
Get with it. Nicholas Grava.
Yeah.
Cameron Lewis.
Thank you.
#defriend.
Yeah, get out of here.
Tickets on the
I would break kneecaps for you guys.
Listen, if you want to be my friend, my other friend Alexis is gonna break your knees.
No. If they broke your heart or put you in the friend zone,
okay, thank you.
If they break your heart, I break their kneecaps. That's how that works, right? No, okay. So obviously they're at the concert. They're having a great time, and all of a sudden we start getting all the Sense8 coming in, which was really cool watching them all watch the concert. And then it went dirty. I was so mad about how I was like, whoa, why is there so much vagina on this? What's happening?
Not only that, but the last thing that I expected to happen, everybody's like looking at smiley. They're like, so much fun. Nice
and then mom
music.
giving birth.
Straight to like, and we just see everything.
Oh my god! I mean, again,
which in a certain light is beautiful and wonderful and majestical. I understand it.
This isn't that light though.
Boom.
At all.
Let's just say we took it and friend zoned it.
I mean, the whole birthing of life, that's great. I love everything about that. I love babies. I love them so much. That is a thing. I want to be a mom.
Okay, I've realized something.
So bad.
I like babies like 24 hours after birth, not right then and there.
Not right in there.
Not bloody. I don't want to see 8 umbilical cords or whatever the heck they're called. No, actually, no. On IMDb, though, someone did write that the one mistake they think in this episode is that Kala, the baby, did not have an umbilical cord connected. Every other baby did.
Occasionally that doesn't happen.
Really?
No.
I was like, that's a load of bullshit, and you know
that was one mistake they called out on
Straight
IMDb.
up. But yeah, that was a lot for me to handle. Again, not gore, but like blood itself.
Someone
too
said
much.
Go home and kiss your mamas, ungrateful brats. That's
Hey, Pamela, chill the
Pamela,
F out.
here's the thing.
We're just kidding. Everything about birthing again is awesome. I'm just saying personally, because I am a squeamish person, I did not need to see that.
Yeah.
But I love my mom. I'm assuming you guys do too.
Also, it wasn't like it was a hospital scene, and then all of a sudden we saw it.
This is at
They're
home.
at a concert.
Then
all of a sudden,
classical
boom,
music,
birth.
classical music, birth, classical music. Like it wasn't
vagina.
Vagina, birth, vagina, classical music.
Like, it was ridiculous.
That's what I just do.
That was great. I want that on iTunes.
Your move, internet.
After I rate it. But no, and it was just, and then of course we get the very end scene, which we all talked about. I mean, Cameron wasn't here, but Nicholas and I talked about.
We all, the important ones.
I'm just kidding. We all talked about that. We were like, so Riley had a kid? Yes, and we definitely saw that because, lo and behold, she was losing some fluids in that car, and I was just like, "What is happening right now?" I said it.
So that's the gravestone that we have previously seen. Yeah.
Write it down, Kevin.
I just think "Losing Some Fluids" is the hit single from the band name we had earlier, and I have to go back and figure out what the band name was because I don't remember. But yes. So I think it's Will's baby.
No, shut up.
The dude on the horse's baby.
Obviously.
That came galloping into her school.
Okay, I had to fast forward for a little bit and I went too far.
What?
They got into a car crash, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Oh,
but
I understand now. I thought it was a flash forward.
No.
I didn't know if that was her mother in the car crash.
No, I thought that was... I don't know. I don't know who was in the car with her. I just saw her and the baby and then car crash. That's all I remember. So, before we get starting... I would go see that concert. Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
I love you all.
Thank you
Every
for
single one of you guys.
on
All
chat.
25 of you who were in the chat. Pretty Duchess, Mr. D-Style. Pamela, obviously. Christine, I'm gonna say. I don't know if that's incorrect, but yeah. And Garrett, Dave Noodles, the great Thrawn, all of you guys. I love you all. But yes, so all of this overwhelmingness of all of them connecting and having, again, what I was thinking of the fact that the recapping of them all taking their first breath was a lot for Riley, and apparently she was bleeding from the nose and fell straight over the balcony.
I think there's
and
something
that's how the
else.
episode
I
ends.
think there's something else. What?
Hold on.
What?
She fell over
We're
the
gonna
balcony?
Yeah, they're
That's
on a balcony.
balcony.
I
She
thought she
fell
just
over.
fell down.
No, she fell over. Right, guys? She fell over.
Let's break it into predictions, and I think she.
Let's
fell
do
over.
predictions first.
Let's go into those right now.
Let's do that right now, because dear God, like, this is ridiculous. And also the fact of, I like just thinking about it, because I'm like, that's pretty far up, and
That's
also
really
the
far.
thud that I heard, that was loud. So that wasn't just that wasn't just the fact of her just like falling on the floor. Like she looks like there was gravity involved. Like I mean, she's fine. I'm just saying
she has to be
listen,
fine.
I'm just gonna say this. This is my prediction, and this is my questioning in my line of prediction is: was it the drugs? Was it a whisper? Was it the overwhelming senses?
I think it's the overwhelming of all the senses because it was happy, it was sad.
But they were all just sitting there fine, and she's the only homegirl bleeding and falling.
But she was the one that was she was the one at the concert. Everybody else was in their own little worlds, all connecting to her.
Very true.
Because the music, I think the music was what was bringing her to this point,
heightening it all.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm with that.
Or maybe it's the ecstasy.
Maybe they're all going to start bleeding on stage.
Might be, yeah.
Oh, God.
Cameron, what a concert.
Do you have any, is there any other predictions besides Riley? Like how she's going to do anything else for any of the other sensates?
I mean, I just
mostly
think that,
Riley is on the brain.
I think we're going to see Wolf and Kala next episode again interact because we didn't have any of that this time. Cap, something's got to move
she
forward
fell over the
with
balcony.
Cap. Oh, God.
Says it in the chat.
Yeah. We're going to have something with Cap next week, I think. We're gonna figure out what the situation is.
Yeah, because they've been prolonging it. Sorry, I got caught. They've been prolonging his situation for a really long time. Yeah, and I'm like really worried. I just look
for
at
your own self or for.
I think a little bit of both.
I'm like, because I feel like we've been kind of pushing it on the back burner for way too long. Yeah. I need to know what he's gonna do. I know that he was saying in this episode that he needs to find courage for this situation, but it's been like how many days has it been?
Yeah, I know. That's what
again,
we don't know.
Sense of time. I'm so confused.
I think it's been a good enough amount of days that it's got to happen in the next episode.
It has to.
Absolutely.
It has to.
The crowd screamed. Sorry.
Should we get into the big announcement?
We gotta talk about news and gossip, guys.
News and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV news. Okay, guys. I'm gonna look at this wide camera because this is huge.
Go.
Guys. Are you ready for this?
Guys.
Listen up, America.
Are you ready for this?
Yep.
Season 2 has been revealed. That means you guys. That means you guys are stuck with us for another freaking season. Yeah, that's happening.
Oh yeah.
Me, Nicholas, Cameron, that's happening. Season 2. Who is excited for this? I love that they decided to do that on August 8th on their birthdays.
Yeah. How cute was that?
That was great.
And
that's a great marketing.
If you haven't seen the video, go to Sense8 Twitter, find the video, and they're all super adorable, especially the actress who plays Sun. She's officially my favorite.
She was
like, happy birthday, and like running around on the grass.
Great. They all were amazing.
I love it. Season 2, guys.
I'm so excited, you guys. Honestly, it made my week. I'm not even like being.
I was so happy.
I could watch that video over and over and over because holy crap balls. That's awesome.
Holy crap balls. That's great.
It's great. You know what else is great?
What?
You guys. And this after show. Thanks, guys, again for hanging out with us here at AfterBuzz TV for Sense8. We're going to be talking about. We only have 2 episodes left, guys. Holy smokes! We have episode 11 next week. You need to follow these 2 guys, but I don't know how you're going to do that if you don't know where to follow them. So
follow me at Nicholas Grava, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that fun stuff.
And you can friend zone me at the Only Camshaft Twitter and Instagram. Nicholas will be there as well. You know, come visit us. Thank you.
I will come after you with my broken rib, and we will go. I'm just kidding. I love you all. You guys know. I just really freaked out, Nicholas. You can find me, and I will send all the love to you from Torres 890. Also follow me on my vlog that I usually do every week. I might be doing one after this show, actually. Oh yeah, the one that I did with Diogo. Yeah, you guys should watch that. But Torres 890. Also go to our sister network, BlackHollywoodLive.com, and our other sister network, Popcorn Talk, if you love movies or if you just love news and all that other great stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, so much for hanging out with us. We think you're awesome, and we'll see you guys next week for episode 11.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.